everyone, welcome to Math with Miss Myers. Today we're going to be exploring the strategy of CRA. It's a strategy that uses concrete, representational, and abstract models to help introduce a new topic to students. When we work today, we'll be exploring the idea of place value with second graders. They're going to be starting in the concrete stage. When we talk about the concrete stage, we're going to be using hands-on manipulatives that students are able to put their hands on and use to understand the concept in a more deep and meaningful way.
So we're going to be using these manipulatives to help us form numbers today. So can anybody read this number to me? If you think you can read it, go ahead and say it.
322.
Very good, 322. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass around some manipulatives, and I would love it if you could try to build the number 322, Chicken. I'm going to start with you. So go ahead and build 322 for me. What do you think that would look like?
As you see, the students will take turns passing the manipulatives around the table and trying to build and construct the number that they see written on the dry erase board. They use the hundreds blocks to form their hundreds place, their tens rods to form the tens place, and the ones units to do the ones place. This shows me that students have a good understanding of the place value as it stands with a concrete model.
So you see how having the manipulatives in front of the students helps them to be able to build the number in a way that makes more meaning to them because they see that this is a 100, this is a 10, and this is the 1. So for our next portion, we'll be moving into them actually creating this visual representation themselves. Students will take their knowledge of what the base 10 blocks look like, and instead of having the physical manipulatives in front of them, they will actually begin to draw the base 10 blocks out. If I were to draw this, what would you think as a base 10 block this would be? 100, right, very good. Then what if I were to do this?
A 10.
10 and
1.
Very good. So you see how they look very similar to the base 10 blocks. So our square is our 100. The little stick is what I like to call that is a 10. And the dot is a 1. Very good. So today on your paper you have 4 different squares where we have that you're going to be working in, okay? So I'm going to write a number, a 3-digit number on my board, and I would like for you to please build that number using these representations on your square. Does that make sense? All right, here's the first one.
As you can see, students are drawing the base 10 blocks to use as a representation of the 3-digit number presented on my board. As students are working, I'm monitoring what they are writing on their paper, stopping to ask them questions about the different places and their values, as well as having them explain the model that they have drawn on their paper. This allows me to see whether or not they understand what each block represents and if they have a true understanding of the value of the number on my board.
Very good. So you guys did an excellent job today representing numbers using your base 10 block drawing. So great job. Next, we're going to be moving into the abstract portion of this strategy where students are going to take the concepts that they have learned about over the last few days and put it onto paper by actually demonstrating their understanding of the place value and what each number represents within a number. When you see me working with students next, you'll see students conceptualizing what they have learned and putting it on paper with the expanded form. And now I'm going to see how well you really understand what each number means. And that's how we're going to do it by using the expanded form. Give me a thumbs up if you've heard that before. It's not crazy, like brand new, is it, right? Expanded form. So for example, if I were going to talk about, you don't have to write anything yet, the number 242. What that number means is that I have how many hundreds? 2. And what number does 2 hundreds make? 200, right? And then how many tens do I have?
4.
And what number is 40? Very good. And then how many ones? 2. Very good. So these are all combined to make this number 242. So 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 2 ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you all a number, and I would love it if you could show me your understanding by writing out the expanded form of the number that I put on my board. Does that make sense? Okay. So please show me Yes, that is standard form. High five for knowing that term, Leona. Good job. All right, can you please show me the expanded form for the number that I am writing on my board now? And I'm not going to say it out loud. Keep it to yourself if you know it too, okay? So now our students have been able to go through and use manipulatives. They've been able to draw a representation of those manipulatives, and now they have the abstract concept of what each place value means. Now students have made it all the way through the CRA model. They started with their concrete and ended with abstract. Students were able to work their way through and scaffold on the ideas that they learned as we went. And now hopefully you can see the value of the CRA model.